But I know I've heard stories of other teams, like the leaders being horrible, which, like, yeah, they have isolated young children who are being taught to be obedient to their higher ups, and they can kind of get away with it. The truth about mission trips that nobody talks about. I went on a mission trip when I was 15, and it was with Teen Missions. I was already in Indonesia, and this specific mission trip was coming to my island. I didn't have to be there for boot camp, which was 10 days, 3 to 4 weeks of field time overseas, which is what I participated in. There's a 4-day debrief where you go back to the States, to the base, and then you debrief for 4 days, which I did not participate in. I don't know what kind of debrief they got, because just based on some of the stuff that I'm about to get into that happened on the missions trip, like, I probably should have been in some counseling and therapy. And for mine, we were constructing a Bible school. And by constructing, I mean, like, we're building a building from scratch, like literally mixing cement by hand with shovels. I want to say there was like 20 of us and 4 leaders. For my team, it was like this married couple in their 40s, I want to say, and then 2 single, like 20-year-olds. I don't know if they had ever like constructed a building before, let alone instruct 20 children. The age range for the kids on this team, 13 to 19-year-olds. Most of who had never been out of the country before, or let alone like away from their parents. And a few, like, you know, labeled as the troubled kids who their parents are like, oh, like, go get straight. Well, probably some parents were trying to make their kids become straight through a missions trip. I would not be surprised. We also had a few local adult team members. One was a translator, and then the others were there, I don't know, to help us build and show us how to do things. Also helped like interact with the locals, because we would go to an already established church in that little village, and we like would put on like a Sunday school play on Sundays and like, I don't know, help facilitate something at a pre-established church, which is like kind of weird, to just come in and be like, all right, we're gonna show up at your church and we're gonna talk, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe we were invited, I don't know, but looking back now, I'm like, yeah, that was weird. The sleeping arrangements. We slept in these 2-person tiny tents, blistering hot during the daytime, which was fine because we were never in them during the daytime. We were working from, I don't know, like 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Like, we were woken up by the leaders, like when the sun was coming up, and you had, I don't know, 5 minutes to shower. It's a bucket and a little bucket, a big bucket and a little bucket, and you scoop water on yourself. The water was limited and you had limited time. So you're really just trying to like smell decent. I don't know if we had breakfast first or what, but it was either like people who put on KP duties, kitchen patrol, I don't know, KP was something. You had people who were on KP for the day, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And so you would go to the kitchen on that day and spend most of it, I think, in the kitchen. But that was always nice. But the food was like, the locals would also like sometimes contribute to what we ate, and that was always so yummy. But mostly we would just eat like rations. Did they bring all that food? Damn. Why was that so bad? Wow, this was so long ago. Put any memories you have in the comments because I want to read them. We weren't allowed to roll our sleeves up. We had to keep them down, which I always broke the rules because I wasn't about to have a parmesan, which isn't a bad look, but I didn't want one. We were in the blistering sun. We had to wear hard hats. We had to wear these special boots I think I had blisters. You had to do your own laundry in a river. The main male leader called us maggots one time. So basically the site and where we were camped was like on this hill, like super steep. Like I'm talking like that steep. One, we have to walk up it to like transport big bags of cement and stuff, sand and whatever building supplies. So holy cow, I had a 6-pack at the end of that trip. Like, should a young kid be carrying that much supplies and like working this hard and whatever? Like, I don't know. I feel like there wasn't a lot of like HR in the sense of like, that is not safe or blah, blah. Like literally one night we were on the way home. I think we had visited a town, and the truck that we were in, it was like with like a big back open area with like seating on the sides. And then we would seat like some people on the side and some in the middle. I don't even think they had like proper seats. It was just we were sitting in the back of a truck and like standing and holding on. Pouring down rain. The truck can't make it up the hill. It's sliding backwards. So whoever was the strongest of the group get out and are behind the truck pushing it out of, oh yeah, it got stuck in a hole. That's what happened. Pushing it out of the hole, and it's pouring down rain, which is making it worse. And it's mud. It's all mud. It's like that clay, reddish brown mud. I remember being like, this in my little barely teenage brain, being like, this is so dangerous. Like, and then that same night, all of our tents were flooded. So all of our shit was wet. We're sleeping on these air mattresses. Some are deflated. I don't know. They accidentally got popped because you're like on this like mud rocky hill, clay vibe. And you know, you're like working in wet socks. It's just like, some of the rules were like, you can't like have crushes on anybody on the team, which I remember the leaders were not allowed to tease the kids about like crushing on each other, but my leaders definitely teased. Oh my God, I'm on Reddit right now. Is anyone else experiencing trauma from Teen Missions International? Oh my God. Teen Missions is a cult. My team leaders, they weren't horrible, but I know I've heard stories of other teams, like the leaders being horrible, which like, yeah, they have isolated young children who are being taught to be obedient to their higher ups, and they can kind of get away with it. A lot of people are comparing their experience with Teen Missions International to the documentary Shiny Happy People. Have you seen that? Oh my God, it's insane. I'm not even gonna spoil it. You just have to watch it. Harmful theology and ex-gay propaganda. I'm not surprised at all. Our letters home were read before sending, and we weren't allowed to say anything negative about Teen Missions. Oh, I think I remember that being true. Oh my God, that unlocked a memory. That's scary. My leader treated us like cadets. He screamed at us daily. Yeah, can relate. Public shaming the piggy. I don't remember it being called the piggy. I mean, my memory is not that good to begin with. But the public shaming was definitely a thing. Daily half hour of missionary biography library reading, teen missions, study materials, Bible verse memorization. Yeah, there was a lot of memorization. And because I missed boot camp, I had to memorize extra in a shorter period of time because I missed the first few weeks or whatever. So that was kind of annoying. TMI is so deeply sexist, racist, homophobic, transphobic, ableist, colonialist, oppressive in all the ways. I agree. Oh yeah, and all the Bible verses we had to memorize were in King James Version. Yeah, sleeping in an inch of water. Yep. Kids were literally getting trench foot. Oh, the hard physical labor was crazy. Yeah. Kids were getting dehydration. They were getting dehydrated. And the other kids were having to take care of them. I'm not surprised at all. Oh yeah, the sick tent. Yeah, basically if you were sick, you were just put in the sick tent and then you couldn't come out. Like literally you could not come out unless it was to go to the bathroom and shower. And I never went in the sick tent, I don't think, but a few people did. And like, being in a tent in 34-degree-Celsius weather, like, oh my god. Oh my god, these are so insane. And I believe all of them. Oh yeah, I actually went twice. I went 1 year later, or a few years later. Same place, but the team, there was only 4 of us. After lights out, you could not talk in your tent. Like, even if you were whispering and they could hear you, they would like yell at you. And lights out was like 8 p.m. We had to pour concrete by hand. Yes, same. Oh, there's some idiot being like, I had a great time on mine. I'm interested to learn why yours was bad. But, you know, there's so many good things about difficult experiences. To me, it sounds like most of the reasons given here for why it was bad is that it was difficult. Literally, did you not just, well, everything that I have been spewing out has been written in this Reddit, and you're responding with that? Give me a fucking break. 6-day creationism and how the evolution is evil, that was definitely taught. Some people had kids on their team that were running away. Oh, bro. Oh my god. I don't think we ever had a single free hour at our disposal. Yeah, I really don't think we had any free time. Maybe on Sundays. Actually, on Sundays, I think we had like, I don't know, half an hour of free time. Some had 24-hour workdays, 6 days a week. Sunday they had off, and they took shifts. Oh my god, and I thought mine was bad. Oh my god. What the fuck? Ages 13 to 19. Complete disregard of safety. Yep. Lack of knowledge about child development and trauma. Dehumanizing, fully cult-like. They had an evangelization breakout class in 2005 on how to witness to gay folks. What the fuck? A lot of people are saying the Jonestown documentary is a good representation of teen missions. Child slave labor. Honestly, it honestly is child slave labor. One, some kids, I'm sure, didn't really want to go. Like, it's their parents forcing them because they're like bad kids or whatever. Two, even if you did want to go, like me, you were not prepared for the shit that you were about to go through. My sister went on a teen missions trip to Uganda. She was 14. She never talked about what happened, and she was never the same afterwards. Oh my god. Oh yeah, no mirrors. I feel like I remember not having mirrors. 1984 team built a church in the richest country in Europe, Norway. Prayer closet, duty, lots of labor, anxiety was out of control. Oh, purity culture shenanigans. Dude, going on a missions trip to the richest country in the world is like comical. They had a poster that listed 10 criteria for what a cult was and how to spot it. And this person said, funny, Teen Missions International fit all 10. Damn. One was that cults isolated you from everyone so that it's easier to accept their doctrine. That's exactly what Teen Missions did and does. I think they're still a thing. Wow. Another point was that cults wear you down physically so that you accept their doctrine. That's exactly what's happening. In the debriefing, they warned about depression because being on the mission was the mission from God, but now that you're going home, you're not on that anymore. Yeah, because you're having to re-enter society. Like, we were so isolated for a long time. Clearly, a lot of this was 100% traumatizing. My conviction is that all of this is abuse. The organization itself is flawed, neglectful, irresponsible, and dangerous. Set aside my views on their crooked stance on what being a follower of this guy Jesus looks like. This place is the pinnacle of white American Christian cultism. Boot camp was definitely brainwashing. I was in survival mode, but I think it built character for my 13-year-old self. Yeah, it definitely built character for me. I don't know. I mean, I feel like my character could have been built in less intensive a way, but whatever, it already happened. Like, just because a few people had a good experience isn't gonna make me be like, oh, maybe Teen Missions isn't that bad. You know? Like, I had good experiences too, but like I would never ever suggest that someone go on a mission trip with Teen Missions International. Yeah. Should I just end on that sentence? Let me know if you went on Teen Missions International. Tell me your stories. I want to read them. Go ahead and watch my video. Top 5 ex-Christian ins and outs of 2026. As we ride this wave of what the actual fuck did we grow up doing. Okay, bye!
Not sure what I believe, and that's okay with me. Never knew my thoughts would change, but when I mess up, I take the blame.